Tomb Raider. There was something about the games that gave a sense of awe, wonder, and adventure. The likes of which I remember as a child are experiences which I'll probably never be able to fully relive again. But, thankfully, they are remaking the very original Tomb Raider, and they are making a Lara Croft character that's much more similar to the Lara Croft that we know, that we love, not the modern day version that looks like an animal in the original one in the Colosseum. I don't know about you guys, but video games today mostly suck. I rarely ever play video games anymore. And it's sad. They just don't hold the same captivating imagination and spot in my heart that they did when I was a child. Now, part of that is probably because I'm getting older, but part of it, too, is because a lot of video games these days actually suck. As a millennial growing up in the 90s, Lara Croft in Tomb Raider was one of my favorite video games. She was such an iconic, awesome character. I absolutely loved Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. The level designs were unique. The gameplay was like nothing ever seen before. And I mean, in a way, the 1996 Tomb Raider broke the video game world. It was absolutely iconic and absolutely stunning for its time. Pinpoint now exactly the magic of the original games, but the Tomb Raider Remastered series has been a large success. It was literally just some small graphical enhancements to the very original games with the same gameplay, the same weapons, same pretty much everything. And they were a phenomenal success, and so it's glad that the studios are seeing that. We do not want this modern-day Lara Croft version that they're trying to pawn off on us. The original Tomb Raider was all about the Scion, which were basically three pieces scattered around of remnants or whatever of Atlantis that held all the secrets of the ancients of Atlantis. This was an excellent story. It was really fun. It was always fun to watch Lara Croft go up against these powerful institutions. In the case of the original Tomb Raider, it was Jacqueline Natla with Natla Technologies. She, of course, wanted the Scion, and as revealed in the 2007 Tomb Raider Anniversary, a really relatively competent remake of the original, she was formerly the Queen of Atlantis. Now, I loved Tomb Raider growing up. And actually, the 2007 remake I have played, and it is decent. It's quite good. It doesn't quite have some of the magic of the very original, but it holds most of the magic because it's stuck with the storyline while improving graphics. But I'm really hopeful, guys, for this Legacy of Atlantis. I'd really love to relive the original Tomb Raider all over again with modern-day graphics and weapons. And I'm really just hoping the studios have stuck to the original story, the original look, the original levels. There's no need to change any of that. Just stick with a better version of Tomb Raider Anniversary, which is the first remake of the original one, by the way, and you'll do fine. As long as it sticks to the original feeling and theme and nostalgia. People like me would love to relive that, and I don't even hardly play video games these days. Like I said, guys, I rarely play video games. It's just not something I'm even into anymore, for the most part, but this would be worth it. This would make me step back and say, all right, I got to replay the original, basically, Tomb Raider 1 in 2026, you know, all these 30 years later. 30 years, guys. That's how long it's been. That's just terrifying to think about. That's almost enough to make me cry. I was a little kid back then in the 90s, and I absolutely loved Tomb Raider. So much has changed since then, and not for the better, for the most part. It's actually feels like it's got a lot worse. If you guys also recall, Tomb Raider 2 was excellent. It was the Dagger of Xi'an. And in any case, this dagger pierced into the heart of its user would turn them into a ferocious dragon. I thought that was a really cool story complex. I really hope they remake Tomb Raider 2. And I'm not just talking the remastered version. I'm talking like the Legacy of Atlantis. I don't want to get my hopes up too soon, but Tomb Raider 2 was awesome. In fact, I guess to this day, Venice is one of the most recognized levels among millennials. It was the level where you would ride around on a motorboat, you know, all around Venice, Italy. So recognizable, so cool. It was the second level in Tomb Raider 2. And going around the Croft Manor was a wonder in and of itself. I remember being a millennial kid and other kids in my class, we were constantly looking for secrets in Tomb Raider. Hey, did you beat that level today? hey, what have you found in the Lara Croft Manor? And even Tomb Raider 3, I mean, you had iconic stuff like breaking into Area 51. I mean, how fucking cool is that? One of the levels was literally the Nevada desert, where you ride a four-wheel over the fence in Area 51 in Nevada that everybody's always, talking about. And it was level designs like that that made these games so fucking good. I mean, for example, again in Tomb Raider 2, you had the wreck of the Maria Doria, which was a ship sunk 40 fathoms deep. But yet there were these air pockets that Lara Croft got to run around in an adventure in. That's so cool. And you had enemies lurking in the dark. It almost had this horror type feeling to it where it was eerie but really cool at the same time. It was like Titanic, the sinking and exploring of the Titanic, if you could, almost, mixed with a little bit of horror, mixed with some Tomb Raider, mixed with some creepy vibes. The games were so fucking good for their time. And all of that's been taken away. It's another thing that feels like it's just been ruined for us millennials that really remember the old games. Anyway, so I am super excited for Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. It's supposed to be a remake of the original one, and it looks like they're trying to stick with the original attitude, look, etc. of the original Lara Croft that we all loved growing up as kids. In any case, guys, I would love to know what you think in the comments section. Please tell me if you're hopeful and looking out for Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. I know I'm excited. I hope it's not in vain. I hope that the hype lives up to what it is, and that is for us millennials to be able to relive the magic of going through the Colosseum, going through, the Tomb of Qualopec, and reliving all those memories from the first one in the modern day with some modern day graphical and maybe gameplay control flares, but without ruining the original storyline and the original attitude and ambience that Lara Croft provided in the very original game that made it so magic. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.